The shocking ruling came after the U.S. president barred several online users from mocking or criticizing him. Mr. Trump has made his @RealDonaldTrump Twitter account an integral part of his presidency, as he has often used it to promote his agenda, attack critics, or even announce important policies and events, including the historical meeting between North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. But now his use of Twitter may come back to haunt him, as U.S. District Judge Naomi Reiss Buchwald in Manhattan ruled that Mr. Trump and other government officials' accounts qualify as public forums. In her 75-page statement, the judge wrote, "The president presents the @RealDonaldTrump account as being a presidential account as opposed to a personal account and, more importantly, uses the account to take actions that can be taken only by the president as president. The president presents the @RealDonaldTrump account as being a presidential account as opposed to a personal account and, more importantly, uses the account to take actions that can be taken only by the president as president." U.S. District Judge Naomi Reiss Buchwald, preventing someone from replying to the official's tweets by blocking them would mean breaching the First Amendment, which grant freedom of speech. The judge explained, "This case requires us to consider whether a public official may, consistent with the First Amendment, block a person from his Twitter account in response to the political views that person has expressed, and whether the analysis differs because that public official is the President of the United States. The answer to both questions is no." The ruling followed the lawsuit filed against the U.S. President in July by the Knight First Amendment Institute at Columbia University, representing 7 plaintiffs who have been blocked by the president. GETTY U.S. President Donald Trump may not legally block users from his personal Twitter account. Twitter, REALDONALDTRUMPA judge ruled that Mr. Trump's Twitter account is a public forum. Novelist Stephen King and Anne Rice, comedian Rosie O'Donnell, model Chrissy Teigen, and political organist Holly O'Reilly said to be among the people blocked by the president. Ms. O'Reilly was blocked last May after posting a GIF of Mr. Trump being glared at by the Pope and the caption, "This is pretty much how the whole world sees you." After being blocked, she told Time magazine that, "It's like FDR took my radio away," referring to Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Earlier in the trial, the judge advised Mr. Trump to mute his critics, which would give them the possibility to reply to him without him having to read them, or just ignore them. The ruling followed the lawsuit filed against Mr. Trump by the Knight First Amendment Institute. She also issued a warning to Mr. Trump, adding, "Because no government official is above the law and because all government officials are presumed to follow the law once the judiciary has said what the law is, we must assume that the president and digital director Dan Scavino will remedy the blocking we have held to be unconstitutional." The U.S. Department of Justice, which represented Trump in the case, said, "We respectfully disagree with the court's decision and are considering our next steps." Twitter Inc., which is not a party to the lawsuit, declined to comment on the ruling.